Yep, and today we will be going to Hastings.
Please make sure you're in the front carriage. Once again, the next stop is Hampshire.
And we will be discussing what is to come in 2026 and 2027. So I am on this class 171 Turbo Star, and we will be heading to Hastings, of course, and discussing what is to come in 2026 and 2027. The big one you guys have all been waiting for.
I'm not going to let it bother my day.
Anyway, the next station will be Ham Street, and while we head to Ham Street, shall we dive into what is to come in 2026 and 2027. Right, you've all heard that in February the Northumberland line only had 2 stations left to open, and at the end of February, one of them, Northumberland Park, opened along with the Tyne and Wear Metro. Well, that was a pre-existing station, and then a National Rail platform was added. So that was nice. And then on Sunday, March the 29th, Bedlington opened. And now Bedlington was one of the most complicated stations to deliver, sitting right on the junction with the Morpeth line, meaning any train stopping at Bedlington would be temporarily failing the points. They are fixing that, by the way. Also, in Birmingham, 5 new stations have reopened on the Camp Hill line. Well, 3 on the Camp Hill line and 2 up north. The 2 up north being Darlaston and Willenhall, and the 3 on the Camp Hill line being Moseley Village, Kings Heath, and brilliantly named Pineapple Road. I haven't been to all 3, but I'm sure a lot of other people will, and would have done Willenhall and Darlaston. And the east side extension to Millennium Point has opened, and it's part of a mega extension to Birmingham International, to Birmingham Airport. And also something on the Sheffield Supertram is Magna Station will be opening. It'll probably be opening the weekend it probably will be reopening the weekend as I'm filming this, or come out next week. I'm totally not pretending I'm filming this on a Saturday. And other new stations to come include Bewley Park, which actually opened in October 2025. We all thought it was opening in early 2026, but it opened early in October 2025. Other stations include Cambridge South. Other stations include Cambridge South, Bute Town, and Oakhampton Interchange, which will be, while Oakhampton is in the middle of nowhere, Oakhampton Interchange will be built so for housing developments and for a Devon Metro style, which will take over existing GWR services out of Exeter on the branch line. And there are other stations that are opening in in and around the Exeter area. I don't think their names are confirmed yet, but their but they will be. But there will be stations like one between Tiverton Parkway and Exeter St David's, one between Taunton and Tiverton Parkway, and all of that. Anyway, I think we should be coming into Ham Street anytime sooner. Also, as we are heading towards Ham Street, our first stop, the views are absolutely incredible on the Marshlink. And we are now approaching Ham Street. The views are absolutely amazing here, with things like you've got bluebells down there, and also on the Marshlink and other stuff, you can go to the Pemberley Castle, you can go past Pemberley Castle, you go past nice sea views, specifically at Norman's Bay and Coodon Beach. And then after Hastings you go on to Marshlink, which is just a nice line overall. And also on the airline style seats there are little compartments, like the bookcases, like compartment things, what are they called? Like the ones where they use to stretch. Yeah, they're like little mesh pockets. Anyway, we are at Ham Street. Yep, next station will be Appledore. You're already 7 minutes in. Not good. And we are departing Ham Street. Next station stop will be Appledore. I also forgot to mention about East West Rail. Why not passenger services yet? I actually don't know the answer to that question. So you may want to look that up and just spam me in the comments for that. Anyway, next station stop will be Appledore. And as we're going through Appledore, let's have a look at some of the new trains that are coming. Right, South Wales are getting the Class 398 tram train for the integrated Cardiff Metro, that kind of tramway. ScotRail are getting some Class 222 Meridian units from EMR, as well as Lumo on their London Euston to Stirling route. But if a planned Cardiff to York service is approved by the DfT, then they'll use the 222s on that route and use some battery electric trains on the Stirling route. New London to Glasgow route has been approved as well, using battery electric trains, of course. Cross Country will get a major overhaul to their Class 220 and 221 Voyagers with LWR getting the final Class 230s. Not 230, 730. Chiltern Railways, however, will be saying bye-bye to their Mark III silver sets and saying hello to the Mark 5A Explorers, as well as GWR getting the 230 battery electric train. And we are at Appledore. Also, to note, LNER will be getting some Class 897 surrender trains built by CAF. Another train waiting to go wrong. No offence, GWR, on your Class 802s, but TPE ones are right. And we have departed trains that is coming to the network in 2026 and 2027. Forgot to mention that the DLR new B23 stock has entered service, and that TfL will be getting the new 2024 stock for the London Underground Piccadilly line. Also, one thing to mention that the Elizabeth line will be getting 9 more 9-car class 345 adventures as well. So 2024 stock is not the only train to come to TfL. I'm going back to the new stations. There is White Rose in Leeds, as well as Thorpe Park, and then Leeds Bradford Airport Parkway is proposed as well. And the extension of the Northumberland line from Ashington to New Bigham by the Sea has been proposed as well. As well as services from Scotland to Newcastle via Morpeth. Services from Scotland to Newcastle via Morpeth. There have been proposals for those trains, or for some of those trains, to head via Bedlington on the Northumberland line to relieve congestion on the East Coast Main Line. Anyway, next stop we'll see will be Usport Rye. You also have these unique tray tables. Also have these unique tray tables as we're coming into Rye, because you normally have the black white on the class 377s and 387s, but the Gatwick Express have black tables, I think. But these is a grey, like a speckled grey. And we are at Rye. And we are departing Rye. Next station stop will be Winchelsea. Talk about the franchises, where we've already seen SWR nationalised on May 25th. And C2C at some point in July, and Greater Anglia on October the 12th. In 2026. And then in 2026 we also saw WMR and LNWR being nationalised on February the 1st. Well, that's all in the past now, so what's actually happening in 2026? Well, we have GTR, Gatwick Express, Southern, Great Northern and Thameslink being nationalised on May 31st. Chiltern Railways being nationalised at an unspecified date in the summer, and then GWR nationalised at an unspecified date in the autumn.
All these little waterways.
With cross country, EMR and Avanti West Coast all being nationalised by the end of 2027. By 2027.
We are now approaching Winchelsea.
And we are approaching Winchelsea. Yep, we are at Winchelsea. This is single platform, so hence why there's no platform here. We'll be departing any moment now.
Together they make 7
By the way, the GB Railways does not include open access and freight operators, such as Lumo, Hull Trains and Grand Central, but LNER is included somehow. Anyway, but this has brought some controversy, as in freight and open access operators might be forced off the railway in favour of GBR's trains. A new livery will also be rolled out. In May 2026 to all of the trains, with diagrams being shown for ITs and 450 to zeros. Anyway, next station stop will be Eastbourne. Something weird, as with Dolan, we will be going fast with Dolan. You can only alight in the front coach, which is weird. Just getting some footage of the Marshlink. Anyway, last thing, as we pass through Dolan, last thing to note is that we'll talk about the future of M1 Transport and Transport Clicks. Anyway, the future for M1 Transport holds like big videos like cross countries declines, Chiltern Railways Mark 5A Explorers and other stuff like that. And Transport Clicks mainly just more buses clips. We need more bus clips really. We've only got one on the channel. So yeah. Anyway, shortly be arriving at Three Oaks, I think. It's just gone through Dolan, next up will be Three Oaks. I do think, however, the 171s are lovely, but this line could easily be bi-mode, because from Eastbourne to Orr it's electrified. It's only from Orr to Ashford, so this could easily be bi-mode. Just saying. And we are at Three Oaks. You can only light in the front coach. I'm in the back coach, so the platform. Anyway, next station stop will be Orr. We're on the move. Here's Three Oaks, and it's ridiculously short out. Next station stop will be Orr. I just don't understand why. I just think that most services should just go straight from Winchelsea to Orr. Makes sense, as all 3 coaches can fit onto the platforms. Even 8 coach trains can fit onto Orr, because the southern services to London Victoria terminate. Anyway, next station is Orr, and the next shot you'll see is at Orr. Will be at Orr. We we just went through a very long tunnel. And 307 over there. Because of course 307s do terminate here at all. And this is as far as the electrified line can go. Well, electric trains can go. As this is a diesel train. Yeah. And we are approaching Orr. And we are at Orr, next station, Hastings, our final stop of the day. And we are coming into Hastings, our final stop of the day. I will film the outro once we get off this train.
Yeah, well, that's okay.
And that was the Marshlink line and what is to come in 2026 and 2027. I do hope you enjoyed this very long video, and thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video, which will hopefully be shorter. Anyway, until then, goodbye.